worse, to impotent anger. During the latter part of this day he had been trying different numbers selected arbitrarily, and how many of them can scarcely be imagined. Had he had the time, he would not have shrunk from plunging into the millions of combinations of which the 10 symbols of numeration are capable. He would have given his whole life to it at the risk of going mad before the year was out. Mad! Was he not that already? He had the idea that the document might be read through the paper, and so he turned it round and exposed it to the light, and tried it in that way. Nothing. The numbers already thought of, and which he tried in this new way, gave no result. Perhaps the document read backward, and the last letter was really the first, for the author would have done this had he wished to make the reading more difficult. Nothing. The new combination only furnished a series of letters just as enigmatic. At 8 o'clock in the evening Jarriquez, with his face in his hands, knocked up, worn out mentally and physically, had neither strength to move, to speak, to think, or to associate one idea with another. Suddenly a noise was heard outside. Almost immediately, notwithstanding his formal orders, the door of his study was thrown open. Benito and Manuel were before him. Benito looking dreadfully pale, and Manuel supporting him, for the unfortunate young man had hardly strength to support himself. The magistrate quickly arose. "What is it, gentlemen? What do you want?" he asked. "The cipher! The cipher!" exclaimed Benito, mad with grief. "The cipher of the document!" "Do you know it, then?" shouted the judge. "No, sir," said Manuel. "But you—" "Nothing! Nothing!" "Nothing!" gasped Benito, and in a paroxysm of despair he took a knife from his belt and would have plunged it into his breast had not the judge and Manuel jumped forward and managed to disarm him. "Benito," said Jarriquez in a voice which he tried to keep calm, "if your father cannot escape the expiation of a crime which is not his, you could do something better than kill yourself." "What?" said Benito. "Try and save his life." "How?" "That is for you to discover," answered the magistrate, "and not for me to say." Part 2, Chapter 15.